David, thank you. Thank you for the kind introduction. Thank you for all your help making this possible. And a special thanks to everyone who has been involved in creating this very important summit. Especially the team here at Harvard, beyond just organizing the summit, but they really and truly are leading dynamic conversations and collaborations with the future leaders of the food world. And at Hormel Foods, we often talk about being bold and thinking differently, as you saw in the video. And what's really special to me today is to know that we have a room full of individuals who are doing just that, who are being bold, and they are thinking differently, because that's what it's going to take to make the change that we desire. And we know that food innovation is all around us, but we also know that the history of innovation reveals that good ideas can come from anywhere, right? Anybody can have a great idea. But what we also know is that they are particularly likely to develop in places where honest, open, direct, sincere conversations can happen, where they're encouraged. And so at this conference, I believe, and it is our goal, that you'll hear incredibly innovative, perhaps revolutionary thoughts and ideas. Ideas that are changing the food industry for the better. And we know that food innovation is all around us, and it's uplifting, and it's inspiring, right? Just yesterday afternoon, we got to hear the innovation, entrepreneur, superpreneur, term that I learned yesterday, story of Jeff and Courtney Sinelli of Which Wich. Right? We learned about their passion. We learned about their commitment. We learned their story, and everybody has a story. And it's really about bringing so many leaders, so many visionaries, and so many change agents together, all coming together to discuss a more transparent, sustainable, and food-secure world. Also yesterday afternoon, we heard from a number of competitors competing for $10,000 to make a difference. Several of the competitors were focused on making a change in food security. Students with really nothing but what's in their heart and what's in their mind, willing to have the courage and the vision to make a change. It was powerful. Today will be powerful. And when you look at the rosters of speakers and invited guests, it truly is a reflection of our overarching message. Small change, big impact. Small change, big impact. It doesn't have to take a lot of change to have a meaningful and big impact on the industry and on individuals. And so we know that small changes or actions can in fact lead to immense and meaningful impact. In this room, we have organizations that are solving today for domestic and world hunger. Startups who are looking to create their own space in this evolving food industry. Visionaries who decided it's not okay. It is absolutely not okay to throw away perfectly good food when those in need are going hungry. Chefs who are creating a new drumbeat in the culinary world, and even a socially minded teen leader who decided no one should eat alone at school. Small change, big impact. And whether you're a Fortune 500 company like Hormel Foods, a small startup, that socially minded teen that I talked to you about, it truly only takes one small action, one commitment to begin a ripple effect. And we know what happens with a ripple effect. It will make a difference in the lives of so many. So from large metropolitan areas to small towns, we absolutely must join together to lift up our communities. And in fact, Hormel Foods calls home to one of these small communities. And so I want to tell you the story about our community. Hormel Foods is based in Austin, Minnesota. But I will tell you, it is an incredibly diverse and vibrant community of 20,000 people located about 2 hours south of Minneapolis. Now, everyone knows the other Austin, right? The one in Texas. But I will tell you, it has nothing on our Austin. Our Austin is the innovation hub of the heartland. And our Austin is not only home to Hormel Foods, it is also home to the Hormel Institute, a world-renowned cancer research institute with some of the best, some of the brightest scientists in the world focusing on cancer research and discoveries. Their mission, it's simple: to find a cure for cancer. Easy to say, hard to do, but it is incredibly well defined. And just a few miles from our headquarters, farmers are using innovation to feed a growing world's population. And these are not corporate farms. They're family farms in the truest sense of the word. And we have one of those family farmers here today. Fourth generation, Janae Metzler-Mogler, and we're so happy to have her to represent what the family farm is all about. And Hormel Foods proudly supports the family farm, and we've done so throughout our 128-year history. And I think we all can agree that family farmers truly are the unsung heroes of the food industry, and we will continue to do our part to support them. Because it is these very farms where our food journey begins. And at its core, our food journey is about being inspired by the food we make and the difference we're making in this world.
At Hormel Foods, we've been on a journey for more than 125 years. That journey began in a small town filled with hardworking people in the heart of American farm country. But these heartland principles still guide Hormel Foods on this, our food journey. And what a journey it is. Our journey is inspired not only by the food we make, but by the difference we can make in our world. Since the beginning, we've believed that social responsibility is more than giving a percentage of our profits at the end of the year. While we are committed to many worthy causes, including cancer research and fighting childhood hunger, it is our core business, efficiently producing delicious food for the world's growing population, that we are most proud of. Our belief is that good business and good stewardship go hand in hand. Given our role in helping to feed America and the world, we know that building social value and creating economic value are not competing goals. For us, there is no daylight between good citizenship and good business. Our job is to create beloved brands while also making an impact in communities across the globe. All of humanity is now our hometown. We couldn't be more proud to support our partnership with more than 500 family farms, often spanning multiple generations. They share our commitment to unwavering animal welfare standards and environmental stewardship. Not because someone's watching, but because it's the right thing to do. And with this foundation of stewardship, it is our added mission to ensure that we do our part in the sustainability of our planet by reducing water usage and being a good environmental steward while pursuing alternative energy sources like solar gardens. And while we are doing the big things like preparing quality meals and snacks that feed millions of families every day, we are also doing the little things that make a big difference, like planting wildflowers to nurture bees and butterflies that will pollinate acres upon acres of food. We know we have a great responsibility to use our expertise to inspire the development of foods that support humankind, from patients recovering from cancer to parents caring for their kids. Our inspired people, more than 20,000 strong, are focused on doing more, reaching for higher heights, and inspiring others to do the same. It's who we are, unafraid to lead, imagine, and inspire others in the food industry to do the same. This is our journey, but we won't go it alone. As we move forward, we will be joined by our customers, employees, communities, farmers, and others who, like us, believe we can all make a difference. Together, all of us, we will challenge the status quo, make new discoveries, and lead by example. We'll prove that progress is measured not only in the dollars we make, but in the lives we touch and the communities we lift. Because at Hormel Foods, we're not just inspired to make great food, we're inspired to make a difference on this, our food journey.
So this journey, it's ours collectively. And to borrow a line from Jeff Freeman, the president of the Grocery Manufacturers Association, it is a journey in perpetuity, right? There was a starting line, but there is no finish line. And we, all of us, need to be focused on progress, not perfection. Over time, consumers and customers will continue to expect increased transparency, meaning our processes from the farm to the family will continue to have to evolve and continue to be re-engineered. Our consumers will continue to look for more and more choices and have increasingly high expectations for their food. And we believe that safe, high-quality, nutritious food should be available to everyone. Period, exclamation point. Regardless of means. And as a global branded food company, we have an obligation to try and move that needle from food insecurity to food security. And we will use our strong financial position as a very successful Fortune 500 company to continue to do good work in our communities as we strive to bring sustainability to all that we do with an increasing level of integrity and passion each and every day. And it's that mission that guides us to be an admired corporate citizen and show the world that big food can be good big food. Now, personally, I'm incredibly proud that in 2018, we donated a record $15 million to large causes like hunger, cancer research, education, and to smaller but equally important causes in communities around the world. Now, we are a company that is uncommon for both our success and our character. Giving back is woven into the DNA of this company and the team members. And we believe in the power of storytelling. So this morning, I want to share with you a few Hormel stories and how small changes have led to some pretty big impacts. So everyone's familiar with our iconic Spam brand, which has continued to gain in popularity, and it's served in some of the trendiest restaurants on either coast. It's true, I promise. You can fact check me, not fake news. But what you may not know is that more than a decade ago, we decided to make a small change to have a big impact. We decided to make a difference in childhood hunger. And we selected Guatemala and named the effort Project Spammy. And Project Spammy is so much more than just writing a check or donating products. It is about using our financial resources, our innovation, our team to create lasting and meaningful change for those who need it the most. Sí se puede. Literal translation, yes, we can. Local translation, the impossible is possible. And those words mean a great deal to our team of volunteers and those who are running Project Spammy. Because today, Project Spammy is helping nearly 10,000 families and a total of 30,000 children on a monthly basis. From its inception, nearly 25 million servings of Spammy have helped with childhood malnutrition in Guatemala. Let's take a look.
You know, going on those home visits, it was a real eye-opener to see the conditions that the families are living in. I just go through waves. You know, it's kind of a roller coaster of emotions. So it's good feelings and sad feelings and then back to good feelings again. It's really hard to see. But the good thing is that, you know, when the kids smile and, you know, you make that connection and it makes it all worthwhile. Even though it's hard to see the conditions that they live in, the smile warms your heart.
We discovered that 1 in 2 children are stunted here in Guatemala. We saw a real opportunity to make a difference during their early development years.
It's a fantastic idea, the way that Hormel is promoting this Spammy project in Guatemala. To process, produce, market, label, and provide a source of protein. Not only protein, nutrition, but education and knowledge.
It's a unique collaboration between Hormel Foods, a for-profit corporation, collaborating with a humanitarian organization. When you have a common vision and a common strategy, it works.
Project Spammy is a project of changing lives. Children that need help, mothers that need to take care about these children, the employees of Caritas Arquesana, the employees of the Hormel, and communities and 2 countries. Is changing anyone that wants to become part of this project, because the change is focused in a better world, in a better future.
Not only sustaining a life, but it's promoting a sense of a dream and an idea for these little children. You know, you've got, at this school that we're at right now, we have 260 children that have a sense of security, safety, and education.
We worked in the past without Hormel, without the Spammy project. We gave to the people food and any kind of humanity aid, but we just gave to the people. Right now, we are living with the people, suffering with the people, smiling with the people, and because they are part of us, and we are part of them.
Everyone who has touched the project, it's changed on some level.
This whole giving back has kind of shined a new light on it, on the whole company.
It's a life-changing experience. It's an eye-opening experience.
Change is indeed possible, and it's amazing what the human spirit can do to overcome those obstacles, but it's to be able to instill that into a person with humility and dignity.
Si se puede. The impossible is possible. The impossible is happening. Small change, big impact. We have brought about meaningful and lasting change to these children, to these communities. And whether it's Guatemala or a cause closer to home, our work matters. In fact, just a few miles from our global headquarters is a place that it's a fairly nondescript building on the outside of town. But I will tell you, on the inside of that building, magic is happening. It's Cedar Valley Services. And it's a place where people who may struggle with disabilities, they may struggle to find jobs because of their special needs. And not only do they have a workplace that appreciates them, but they have a workplace that's a home away from home. And at Cedar Valley, team members are called consumers. And these incredible people do some pretty amazing work for us. Now, every January, I told you we're an uncommon company. It's really true. At our annual meeting in Austin, Minnesota, which today has become kind of a check-the-box exercise for a lot of corporations, we have over 2,000 people that pile into our local high school auditorium every year at the end of January. It's always the coldest day of the year. This year it was minus 30 degrees. And I like to think that they come to hear me speak and to hear about our great plans and strategies and great results. But I know it's not true, because you see, they really come to receive this gift box filled with some of our products, some of our coupons. And as I said, these shareholders will brave double-digit negative temperatures to make sure they get one of these boxes. Now, what many people didn't know until this year, when we honored Cedar Valley as a Hormel hometown hero, is that this very special team of consumers assembles these special boxes. And Cedar Valley is a place where a disability becomes an ability. Let's take a look.
Oh boy, if it wasn't Cedar Valley, I was in sort of like a dark place. When I started working for Cedar Valley, I just kept telling myself, hey, I can do this. I can actually do this.
The folks that work here at Cedar Valley Services range from a variety of physically and mentally challenges, mental health issues, to physical, to a lot of different things. But once you're here, you understand that that label doesn't exist here. It's individuals, it's people, it's about them.
Cedar Valley has given their consumers a lot of opportunities. They work with you. They know your challenges. They try to make your day better. I love it. Yeah, I call it my second family.
The consumers are like family. There are employees, there are consumers, but they're also friends. They're also people that make Cedar Valley. Their needs come first. Well, when you have a partnership with a Hormel company, that gives us those opportunities. That gives us that ability to do that. We work hand in hand with the company, the corporate office. We work with the Hormel Foundation. There's always been support from the CEOs all the way down to their management teams, and they treat us as a partner. But it's work that gives everybody an opportunity at some form to be able to perform those job functions.
How important is my job? It's very important. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me active and everything.
It just gives me an opportunity to enjoy life. It gives me a purpose to get up in the mornings.
So it's true with Cedar Valley and so many other great causes. It's really that small change, right? That small change that is giving people a much larger opportunity to be part of something bigger. Small change, big impact. Now, I've bored you with my stories, but I have one more that I think is really powerful, and it's meaningful to us, and I believe it'll be meaningful to you as well. And it's about another very special group of people. Now, we own Jenny O Turkey Store, one of the largest turkey companies in the United States. It's part of the Hormel family, and they have multiple locations, multiple production facilities around the Midwest. Now, as part of their hiring process at our Jenny O facility in Faribault, Minnesota, which is probably 30 minutes south of Minneapolis, our management team takes applicants on a plant tour. And it shows the potential employee, they want them to see firsthand what the work is all about and really see what they'll be doing. And during one of the tours several years ago, a man named Abdullahi, he stood out from the group that was on the tour. And not only because he was enthusiastically participating in the tour, but he had a guest with him. And that guest was a sign language interpreter. You see, Abdullahi is deaf, and he attended the State Academy for the Deaf that's located in Faribault, Minnesota. He had lost his hearing as a result of a childhood illness in Somalia. Now, the hiring manager at that facility, his name is Tung, and he's an immigrant himself. So he's faced his own challenges. And that day, Tung decided to lend a hand to someone who needed a job, perhaps just a bit more than others. Tung made a small change that resulted in a big impact. He hired Abdullahi, and today, as many as 37 team members who are deaf or severely hearing impaired work at Jenny O. And I will tell you, the drive of these deaf team members and the support, the encouragement that they've received from their coworkers has been absolutely amazing. Today, there is no separation between hearing or deaf. They are just one family.
Normally, when people work for us for long term, so they get more understand, what we need. They come in and they like to show us what they can do. They really want to go out there and do the job, because I believe it's just not for them, but also for their community. every day we learn more, and we learn out more from each other. I mean, to find the best way to get a good communication with them.
So we were able to recognize this incredible group of employees at an annual meeting as well, and they got a sign language standing ovation. Do you know what that is? Yeah, exactly. That was pretty cool. And they've overcome so many difficulties and challenges, and they're dedicated to proving that they're just like everybody else, because they are. And they have the ability to achieve and inspire so many along the way. So I hope you see the common thread in all of these inspiring stories. One small change has had a ripple effect that has changed lives, and we are better for it. We have the power to create positive and lasting change together. Sí, se puede. The impossible is possible. But we must challenge the status quo. We must be unafraid to lead and to sometimes fail. We all must understand that what is most important is our collective progress, not perfection. So we should all prepare to be inspired to think boldly and to think differently, and to imagine what great things we can accomplish on this food journey. Together, all of us. Small change, big impact. I'm excited. So David, let's get started. Thank you.